I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
These analysts are out of control. Skip Bayless has always been an annoying Weasley little talking head on ESPN and Fox. He's been doing this for years. Most notably, he was on First Take for the longest time with Stephen A. Smith. First Take, when Stephen A. Smith and Skip were on it, were must-see TV. Those two were great together. Skip left for Fox and started doing Undisputed with Skip and Shannon with his co-host Shannon Sharpe, who is one of the greatest tight ends of all time. And that is undisputed. That is not up for debate. Like any good Cowboy fan worth his soul, Skip Bayless will fight a losing argument to his very last breath. He will go down with the ship, as all Cowboy fans do. Now, Skip Bayless's recent debates with Shannon have gotten very heated, and Skip has crossed the line with some of the things that he said towards his partner. And of all things, about Tom Brady, debating Tom Brady, whereas Shannon has talked about how Tom Brady has lost a step, which, this is not up for debate. Tom Brady has lost a step. He's looking old out there. He's 45. Finally starting to look 35, but 45, starting to show his age a little. We can all agree on that. But Skip just doesn't want to hear it for some reason. I don't know why Skip Bayless is so in love with Tom Brady and feels like he needs to defend Tom Brady so relentlessly. But listen to what he says to Shannon about Brady and about Shannon. And for some reason feels the need to bring up Baker Mayfield in this. Also, by the way, it's not like Shannon is attacking Tom Brady unfairly. Shannon has talked about, well, the Buccaneers have no run game, so they have to throw the ball, and Brady isn't being reliable. Brady's got no run game. He doesn't have a whole lot of help. Mike Evans has been having an off year. I mean, everything Shannon has said, it's justifiable. Yeah, there's no run game. Yeah, they do need their quarterback to step it up. And he is looking old. But just listen to this exchange between the two.
Still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Yeah, I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got
so
3
what?
Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Yeah, see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have it.
Okay, I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
Well, there seems to be only one way to settle this. Exploding barbed wire death match. Skip and Shannon. Book it. First of all, I would like to point out Skip saying that he would defend Tom Brady over any and everybody for anything because he's the greatest player ever. You won't even defend your own quarterback like that. Skip, you're a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. You won't even defend your own quarterback the way you defend Tom Brady. This is the same guy that said Dak Prescott had no business being depressed because you're the star quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. You get to go out there and wear the star on your helmet for best franchise, the best position in all sports. Dak Prescott had lost his brother. He lost his brother. Family tragedy. That's why he's depressed. But oh no, you're the star quarterback for the Cowboys. So life is all sunshine, rainbows, and cheerleaders, dude. This is what Skip thinks. But just moving on from that part, you need to put some respect on Shannon Sharpe's name, Skip. Seriously, Shannon Sharpe, 8-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion, all 90s team at tight end. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's a top 5 tight end of all time. Probably. Gronk, Kelsey, Gonzalez, Mackey, 4. I don't know if you go Antonio Gates, Kellen Winslow, Mike Ditka's up there. But he's in the conversation. Shannon Sharpe is in the conversation. And again, he's in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, you make it seem like I'm a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame. Yes, you are in that effing Hall of Fame. And if they ever make a Dallas Cowboy fanboy Hall of Fame, then Skip will be a Hall of Famer too. Or if they make a Hall of running your damn mouth. Skip is in the Hall of shooting his mouth off. But just the attacks at Shannon, and the most outlandish thing that Skip said there, the most outlandish thing is, oh, you're jealous of Tom Brady. He's way better than you ever were. Well, first of all, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's the greatest player of all time. I mean, I think Jim Brown is the greatest player of all time, followed by Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White. I don't even have a quarterback in my top 5 greatest players of all time. But Tom Brady is the most accomplished. He is the most decorated. He is the I wouldn't say he's the best player ever, but as far as greatest player, yeah. Like, you can't compare other players to Tom Brady. You just can't. And first of all, you're trying to compare a tight end to Tom Brady. That's not fair. It's like comparing Gronkowski to Tom Brady. I mean, why? They're 2 completely different positions. You cannot compare a tight end to a quarterback. You just can't do it. And Tom Brady, he's better than you ever were and you're jealous. No. First of all, you know your argument is going down in flames. That's why you're saying what you're saying. This house of cards that you've made is collapsing around you because you can't actually argue with what Shannon's saying, so you're just lashing out. So argument's over at this point. Shannon wins. You're just lashing out. And what's not included in this clip, what's not included is Shannon talking and Skip saying blah, 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 blah. Tell me when it's my turn. Is it my turn yet? I mean, just disrespectful. Shannon Sharpe won 3 Super Bowls. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need to put up with you, Skip. But to say you're jealous because you had to retire at 35, he's still playing at 45. That's not common. That's not normal. Brett Favre didn't even do that. Tom Brady's making a run at being the oldest player of all time. The oldest player in NFL history was George Blanda. And George Blanda played through the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. He played in 4 decades of football. George Blanda played until he was 48 years old. But George Blanda, he was a quarterback and kicker. George Blanda did not start a game at quarterback after the age of 41, I believe. After the age of 41, he did not start any more games at quarterback, but he continued to play until he was 48 because he was also a kicker. Tom Brady is 45, and he is still the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, this is unprecedented. This is unfathomable durability and consistency. This is unheard of. And yeah, Shannon had to retire at 35. Most players do, if they're lucky enough to get to 35. You know what the average length of an NFL career is? The average length of an NFL career is 2 years. Yeah, we like to think of our players, our favorite players, they'll play 10 years, they'll only have maybe 3 or 4 prime years. Maybe even less if you're a running back. We look at the quarterbacks playing 10, 15, 20 years. Whether it's at a high level or not, they hang around in the league. Kickers play forever. Kickers don't ever get hit, so they can just keep playing. As long as they can still swing their leg without a shooting pain, they can keep playing. But the average length of an NFL career is 2 years. Because for as many guys as we see hang around in the league for a long time, there are way more that just hold on to a roster spot for one season and then never get a chance to play again. Yeah, Shannon retired at 35. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to talk down on. How many years did you play in the league, Skip? That's what I want to know. How many years did you play? None. And again, Shannon Sharpe was a tight end. Look at Brady's buddy, Rob Gronkowski. How many years did Gronk play? Gronk retired, and we all felt well, at this point, Gronk is retired as many times as Brett Favre is retired. But when Gronk retired, we were surprised. We all thought, I think you've got a few more good years left in you, big guy. But he was getting so dinged up and banged up, but he's a big, tough guy, but he was getting so beat up at tight end that he had to retire. Even though he can still go. The physical abuse you put your body through, it's different. But you want to compare it to a tight end? You want to compare him to a quarterback? Tight ends don't have the shield protecting them like quarterbacks do. That invisible shield, not so invisible shield known as the refs, they're not being protected like that. They're getting hit. They're getting dinged up. They're catching the ball. They're getting tackled. They're blocking. They're like two rams butting heads with defenders. So everything that Skip said was just, it's ridiculous, it's outlandish, there's no merit. And to say that, oh, you insult him, you dog him all the time. He's saying he played bad. He's playing bad. Tom Brady is playing bad. Tom Brady hasn't looked this bad since he first stepped onto a field and started throwing passes after Drew Bledsoe got nailed by Mo Lewis. Tom Brady hasn't looked this bad since the early 2000s. We're talking 2001, 2002, 2003. 2006, he had a passer rating of 87, I believe. This was the year before they got Randy Moss. Since 2003, he's only had about 2 seasons with a passer rating in the 86 to 88 range. Which just goes to show how good he's been. Right now, his passer rating is 88. So, yeah, he's playing bad. And there's no reason for you to be lashing out at Shannon Sharpe and saying these ridiculous things and talking out your ass. That's what Skip Bayless does. Skip Bayless talks out his ass. Made a career of it. Kudos.